Charis House serves the homeless women and children of Fort Wayne as part of the Fort Wayne Rescue Mission. Here with another story of real change is Natalie, and I've seen this story because I got to be part of the Charis House Gala. For the audience, what are we going to see?
We're going to hear a story from Jen, and Jen was one of our residents who had some trauma in her past, but found some real change at Charis House and turned her life around.
Turned her life completely around. If you want to see this, take a look.
My name is Jen. I was born in Crown Point, Indiana 41 years ago. I was born to a very loving father and a woman that didn't know how to be a mother. She was a coke addict, and from what I was told, my brother and I were both born addicted to cocaine. She chose that over me and left me in the hospital when I was 2 days old. I have not seen her in 41 years. The sexual abuse started at 6 years old, and I had told an adult that I trusted about it and was told to keep it quiet or it would ruin my family. And at 6 years old, that's a big burden to bear. You don't want to ruin your family. So you just deal with it, well, as best as you can deal with that. The sexual abuse continued until I was 16. The verbal and emotional, that was my entire life. Being told I was fat, ugly, worthless, would never amount to anything, that sticks with you forever. And as a child, that's what you believe is what people tell you. And you get told enough and it never leaves your brain. Going through all of that into my teen years, you know, I dated the guys that were smoking and drinking and doing drugs and partying and all of that, because I thought that's what I deserved, was that kind of relationship. Because when you grow up the way I did, feeling like you're nothing, you latch on to the first thing that makes you feel like you're something, and those are not the good guys that do that. That continued until I found my son's father. Thought that was a good relationship in the beginning. They always seemed to start out really well. You know, he was really good at hiding the drinking and the drugs and all of that. So I thought it was great, and we were having a baby, and everything was good until the baby was born. The drinking was every night, and there was constantly yelling and screaming and throwing things at me and breaking stuff and holes in the walls and everything. And I stayed. You know, we had a baby, and I just hid it from everybody, so nobody really knew what was going on in my house. Until one night there was a very large fight. Resulted in me being put into a coma. I was in a coma for a week, and while I was in the coma, my cousins had moved everything of mine out of that house and in with them. So I never went back after that. So I thought things were going to be good for a while. My cousins ended up moving, and I didn't. So, you know, I had a place, and I had a job, a decent job, and, you know, life happened, and pain happened, and I was missing a lot of work, and ended up losing my job, losing my place to live, and thought I was going to have to go back to that situation, because that was all I knew. You know, I couldn't go to family, so my only, in my desperation at that time, I had seen Charis House online, and the whole plan was, in my mind, I was going to be here about 2 weeks. And, you know, I swore up and down. That's what I told my kids. That's what I told everybody here. 2 weeks, that's it. That's the limit. Well, I was here for 2 years. I thank God in Charis House every single day, because had I not stayed, I would have went back. I'd have probably not been alive. My kids would not have a mother. I wouldn't have been able to get through and process everything that I had been through my entire life. I know that I made a tremendous transformation from before coming here and now. But I look at my kids and the things that they're doing and the things that they're accomplishing and the changes in them from then to now is just amazing. And I owe it to Charis House.